Hi guys, welcome back to yet another episode of the PS2 Collector. And on this episode today, I'm going to do a recap of my Japanese PS2 game collection. Some of these games did not make it to the West. And guys, if you want to know more about Japanese PS2 games, you've got to watch this episode. Stay tuned. Alright guys, so let's begin. So what I'm going to show you now is my Japanese limited edition visual novels for the PS2. When it came to visual novels, majority of them are Japanese exclusive. I think some of them did make it to the West, but was not successful. So I've got one game here. I've lost the translation, so you gotta bear with me. So I'm just gonna show you the designs of these boxes. Absolutely phenomenal. I've got another game here, Death Connection. I've got Czech Riders for the PS2, and this is one of my favorite boxes. The design on this, you gotta give the Japanese credit. When it came to their limited editions, they did not hold back. Right, let's put these out of the way. Got another one here. What's it called? I've not got these translated, but I'm just gonna show you the designs on them. Let's see the next one. This one came with a card. Right, put that as a seal of approval. And I've got another one. Don't know what it's called. I think this one came with the ring, you know. It's in the box. It came with an amazing looking ring. Let's put that out of the way. Card out of the way. Whoa. Another game for let it fall, people. Now, this one is called Petite Four. Don't know what it is, but it looks like one of them, again, visual novels. The next one is a game called Kiss Kiss. Did cost me quite a lot, but it's quite rare to find in Japan. That's what I was aware of. The next one is a very cool. You get like an action figure of sorts with the game, and this one's called Library Stories of Fortune. And I think this might be a Japanese exclusive, you know. And the next one for me is my biggest Japanese exclusive. I suppose my favorite one here. I have to hold it in my hand. Look at the size of this. Now, with visual novels in Japan, they are quite pricey due to the fact that they're rare and hard to find, especially in good condition. And as you know, with my challenge to collect every single PS2 game, getting them in good condition is the main part of the challenge. So I'm trying to preserve every single PS2 game ever released. So my normal games, actually I've got one more limited edition. Let me stand up. Let me get up. Got one more to show. And this game here, I'm not sure what it's called. 1 second to hold it. But yeah, it's again quite pricey. Cost me £30, that did. Now, the normal games that I bought, some of them you can get from here, but for some reason in Japan they're more cheaper. So I've got World Fantasista. Let's bring it here. World Fantasista, which is a Japanese football game developed by Squaresoft. It's like a football RPG. Never came out in the West. And it was quite a shame, because a football RPG that sounded like a game ahead of its time. But again, it is what it is. I've got Dragon Quest 7. I bought this from Osaka when I was in Japan. I also got Warriors Orochi. Put this out of the way. Also got the Winning 11 games in Japan. So this is like the Japanese version of PS6. It includes J-League teams, and I'm thinking, me, believe it or not, I'm a massive fan of the J-League. My team is Gamba Osaka, and I've been watching J-League for quite a while, for a couple of years, and it's quite an exciting league in it because you don't know who's going to win. And I really wanted to see J-League teams put into the PES games, but unfortunately they weren't. But the next best thing is the J-League Winning 11. It uses the PES 6 engine. It includes the European teams as well as the Japanese teams, but the only issue is you need a Japanese PS2 to play this, which I have. Also got this game here. It's quite cheap. I forgot what it's called, but again, I had to find that out. Gundam. Now this game in Japan is quite massive. In the West it does quite well, but in Japan it is part of their pop culture. The next one is the Game of Life. Now this game came with the controller, and arguably one of the most crazy controllers ever. It's like a casino roulette table. But yeah, you heard that right, a roulette table. I've got that somewhere after I dig that out. The next game I've got, hang on, is J-League Tactics Manager. Japanese exclusive. It's like a typical manager game. For me, when it comes to game about football management, PC is the best way to play them. But on console, it is quite annoying. On J-League Tactics Manager, not played it. It's going to be tough with the translation, but I heard it was a huge seller in Japan, developed by Sammy, unfamiliar developer. Next game is, I'm not sure, it's like a iToy. What's it like? So this game is compatible with the iPad. No, it's not iPad, the iToy. You see what I mean? iToy. Who remembers the iToy? Right, on to the next one. These games are falling apart. Another visual novel. I think this is a Mahjong game here. It's called the Arcade Mahjong. And there were quite a few Mahjong games in Japan. Mahjong is very popular in Japan, and I can see why it was not released in the West. Who's going to buy a Mahjong game if you're from Europe and North America? Everybody's Tennis. I think this game also came out in Europe. This game was very popular in the West, and that is Phantom Brave. I've got the Japanese version here because I like the cover, but the European version is way more expensive, so if you're going to buy a cheaper version, you've got to go with the Japanese version. Also got Ark the Lad. This game also came out in the West. Monster Hunter. Now Monster Hunter is quite controversial. It has a huge fan base throughout the world, but in Japan it does really well, and I've never got into Monster Hunter, never understood the hype, but it's something that I really wanted to play for a while, so hopefully one day I get around to it. I've also got Ragnarok, which is another Japanese visual novel. This one is the Japanese version of PS6. It's called J-League Winning 11 2007 Club Championships. I absolutely love the front cover. You got AC Milan, you got Celtic, Galatasaray. I can see why they did not put any Premier League teams, because they might have got a lawsuit, but again, you can't risk it, especially at that time. So this game is a PS6 clone, and it also has the J-League team, so it's like PS6 with the J-League teams. The next game, another Monster Hunter game. This time it's called Monster Hunter G. I think this game also came out on the PSP. I'm not sure. Let's put that out of the way. And this one is one of my favorite Japanese imports, and that is Virtua Fighter, the 10th anniversary. So the original Virtua Fighter is up there with one of the most influential games of all time. This game inspired 3D gaming, and at the time when Sony wanted to make their console, they intended to make it a 2D console, but once they saw Virtua Fighter, they changed their plans and they said, "No, what? 3D games is the future." And I absolutely love the front cover. This the alternate cover, but this one features Akira Yuki, if I pronounce that right, if I remember that correctly. But yeah, this is basically this one is an updated version of the original game. In the West, this game did come out with Virtua Fighter 4, if I remember, but in Japan it got its own separate release. And would it have sold well in Europe and North America? I can't say for sure. Right, have we got any more here? Another one. Now this game is also popular in Japan, and that is Barca 2. Barca is a very popular game in Japan. I'm surprised that it's not as famous as in Europe. And the best way to play this game was they've got a PS3 Collection, Japanese exclusive, but you can import it and it includes the first 3 games of the Barcelona franchise. I'm surprised they never made it over to the West, but sometimes it just remains in Japan and you can't do anything about it. USA, again, Japanese exclusive. Is it a visual novel? I think it is. No, it's not. It's like I don't know what it is, you know. I think it's like a roller coaster tycoon clone, but it's a Japanese exclusive. And the final one, oh, I love the front cover on this, the artwork, and that is Kengo. Now, I think this game also came out in the West, but I bought this at the the game convention in the UK. I think it was Sheffield that I bought this game, and I also found it got a European release. But as you know, Japanese versions are way more cheaper than the European version. I think I've got one more game here to show in my Japanese collection before it collapses, and that is Front Mission. Now this game is very expensive in Europe and North America. It goes for around 40 to 50 pounds, but the Japanese version is way more cheap, and I got this for £6 from that gaming convention. And guys, that's the final game of my Japanese collection. I've got around nearly 30 to 40 Japanese PS2 games. I'm hoping to collect more, and with the Japanese library being very vague, they are very hard to hunt down, especially the Japanese visual novels. But as you know, my objective, my target to collect every single PS2 game is a challenge that I'm very, you know, locked on, and I'm gonna try to collect them all. But the Japanese ones are gonna be a bit difficult, as you know, with the amount of limited editions out there. Getting them in good condition is gonna be really tough. But guys, hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you know, I'm sorry, stuttering. But I hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you understood about the Japanese games, why they were released only there and not here, and just shows the possibilities of what was out there and what could have been in the West. But again, it was games of its time. Did not pull the trigger to release in the West. It is what it is. So guys, until next time.